What Mansoura was like in the 1980s. Streets were very dark after 9 p.m., especially near the university. Many streetlights didn't work. Rich young men drove expensive white cars slowly, looking for girls. Big houses by the Nile where wealthy families lived. Simple cafes where students like Donia went. The rich and poor didn't mix much. Morning. Trams ringing bells. Milkman shouting. Night. Loud music from rich kids' cars. Donia is a nice Egyptian girl. Donia was a kind Egyptian girl. She was 20 years old. Every day, she went to Mansoura University. She studied Arabic books and wanted to be a teacher. Her family was not rich, but they were happy. Donia wore simple dresses and always carried books in her bag. In the evening, she walked home with her friends. Donia's favorite place was the university library. She often said, "One day, I will write my own book." On November 10, 1984, Donia stayed late at the library. At 10 p.m., she walked home alone. No security cameras back then. People didn't talk about these crimes. Rich families knew important people. The street was dark and quiet. Suddenly, a big white Mercedes car stopped near her. 5 young men jumped out. They were sons of rich families in Mansoura. One said, "Come with us, pretty girl." Donia tried to run, but they caught her. They pushed her into the car and drove away. The son of one of Mansoura's wealthiest families, they grabbed her like spoils. Her screams pierced the darkness. "Leave me alone! Who are you?" Then sudden silence. Only the sound of the car door slamming shut. Some of whom belonged to wealthy and influential families in the city. She was taken to a private villa, where she was tortured and gang-raped for several hours. For many hours, they hurt Donia badly. She cried and asked them to stop, but they laughed. One man had a gold ring. He was the leader. At 5 a.m., they put Donia on the street near her house. She could not walk well. Her clothes were torn. Her body had many bruises. A neighbor saw her and called an ambulance. Medical evidence, hospital reports documented severe injuries, including fractures and psychological trauma. A kind nurse gave Donia clean clothes. The doctor said, "You must tell the police." Donia was afraid but said, "Yes, I will tell them everything." But she refused to submit to humiliation and went to the police to file a report. Donia stood in front of Officer Samir Abdelghani, who would later be revealed to have taken a bribe. He tried to intimidate her. "Do you want to embarrass yourself? These are decent people." But she slapped the medical report on the table. "Is this fair for you?" At that moment, A young journalist, Mohammed Fahmy, entered by chance and recorded the incident. The bad boys' families were rich and powerful. They tried to pay her to stay quiet. They spread lies about her. Even some police helped the bad boys. Police complicity. Initial reports were dismissed after bribes were paid. One officer allegedly tore her complaint. At the Akbar al-Yum office, the editor-in-chief was shouting at the journalists, "This story is a bomb! Fear God in your research." Hi. Media storm. An investigative female journalist for Akbar al-Yum exposed the case, revealing how families bribed officials. We discovered that two of the perpetrators were sons of senior officials. One of them, Ahmed M., had previous harassment cases, but they were closed due to bad reputation. We published the details. A young reporter named Ahmed heard Donia's story. He wrote in Akbar al-Yum newspaper, "Rich boys attack poor student, where is justice?" Medical reports proved the violent assault, making people angry. Protests erupted in Mansoura and Cairo demanding justice. Thousands of students walked out of Mansoura University. Banners read, "Donia in every girl." Even the beans sellers joined the sit-in. One of them, Ali, shouted, "We are not dogs guarding the children of the rich." But the police used tear gas. The crowd chants, "Justice, justice," and "Justice for Donia. Justice for the Mansoura girl, and stop disrespecting our lives." In the first session, the defendant's lawyer tried to tarnish her reputation. She was with them willingly. Look at her photos at the university. Judge Nahed Abdel Sattar shook her head. "The girl came from her home." But the pressure was so great that one judge was suddenly replaced. Donia finds a note written in blood on the table. "Withdraw the complaint. Shame on you." Her mother was crying, "Let's travel, my daughter." But Donia burned the letter with a cigarette lighter and said, "Whoever is afraid of them should be like them." After 6 months, there is a trial. The rich boys wear nice suits. Their lawyers say, "Donia is a bad girl who wants money." But the judge sees the medical reports. He says, "These injuries don't lie. The sentence is." The judge pronounced the sentence 15 years for Ahmed M., the golden ring, and 3 years for the rest of the defendants. But everyone knew the sentences would be reduced. The families of the accused shouted, "This is a conspiracy! This is injustice!" As she left the courtroom, I asked Donia, "Are you satisfied?" She said, "This is the first battle, not the last one." After the assault, she was threatened into silence. They told her, "Don't tell anyone." She disappeared from the media after the trial. Some say she left Mansoura to start a new life away from the spotlight. This case wasn't just about one girl. It exposed the corruption in society. Quote from an old newspaper. This story helped change how Egypt talks about women's safety. Many movies and books talk about cases like Donia's. On the morning of June 15, 1986, they found her apartment empty. On the table, a note, "I'm fine, but I can't continue here." It is rumored that she works in a law firm in Alexandria. Others claimed that she immigrated to Canada. But what is certain is that the Mansoura girl has become a legend. Today, whenever a demonstration against harassment takes place in Egypt, you see a sign, "The world is 1984. We are 2025. One of the activists, Mona Helmi, even wrote on a mural, "He was the first they told to be quiet, and she was the first to refuse."